Happy Halloween, ladies.
I told you it's going to be that kind of show. What's up, everybody? Happy Halloween! Woo, 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 woo. First off, before get to anything, just say hi to everybody. Lucky Burrito, Noli D. What's up, y'all? Indie Lift. Appreciate you, Steve Cutler Live. Hey, Comrade Carini. Welcome. Happy Halloween. So, we're good on the volume. How we, just let me know on that. Yeah, so, I'm one of those people that don't go out on, Halloween. I used to a while back. But, you know, you get older and you just like, if you go out there, you're just gonna probably do something you're going to regret and that you're not going to be able to afford financially. So you end up staying home and putting on all red. Even the headphones are red. Yeah. It's, you know, it's one of those nights. It's the All Hallows Eve. So, thank you, comrade. I appreciate you. So yeah, kicking in, but hopefully not as silly as the other night when Reef Breland was on. Damn, that was the first couple hours was okay, but then that last half hour it was like, what happened? Just so you know, I wasn't fucking around about eating candy corn. You can't hear me. Hang on just a second. Okay. Sorry about that. Candy corn. Having some right now. Hi moment. See? Just so you know, I got this and I'm Count Uncula tonight, by the way, even though I'm dressed like Satan. So, you know, don't worry about that. So, this candy corn is delicious. It's not laced or anything. It doesn't have like THC or anything like that. It's just got whatever regular ass candy corn's got. So, this should be interesting. We're just doing a little bit of something different. Reef, what's up, buddy? So tonight, I was supposed to have Miss Radar, my lovely better half, with me, but she is taking care of some business that's much more important than sitting next to somebody wearing devil horns and red underwear. So, you know, she's like, you know, she's got like shit she's got to do that's important, whereas I'm doing this. I'm eating candy corn. Oh, sweet candy corn for me. So yeah, this is extra booyah. See, it's either you could say booyah, you could say bulla, you could say bulala. You could say bully bully. You could say candy corn. What I like to do, I like to bite the nipple off. I always break off the white part. I always segregate the. It's my southern heritage to separate the whites from the rest. So, okay. Oh shit! Don't have technical difficulties on this one. Oops. I made a whole different thing. I use this program, OBS, and I made a whole new thing just for the show, and I forgot to put all my crickets and technical difficulties on there. So I got nothing to bail out to except candy corn. We got that all night. Yep. There it is. Disappointment cam. Apropos. So yeah, later in the show, we're going to check out, let's see here. This is in Greenwich Village. The West Village, you may have heard of that, in Manhattan. And they're going to have the Halloween parade. They didn't have one last year because of, you know, the Woogie Boogie. Oh, damn, I forgot to get Woogie Boogie. Never mind. Anyway, so not much going on right now, but actually, me and Miss Radar, my lovely lady, we went as Cheech and Chong, and we went in the parade. It was pretty cool, and we had this big giant like white poster board that we twisted up and painted red on one end, and that was our spliff. I should have got that picture out, but anyway, we'll figure that out. But the parade hasn't started yet, so we'll kind of peek in there as things progress. So anyway, let me happy Halloween. Let me check out the chat here. Everybody looks wonderful in their chat costumes. Thanks for dressing up. Just so you know, and this may not have been a good idea, but we're gonna see if this works. If you want to, you can call in and tell a spooky story. You know, hopefully it's not like true crime, because you know, I don't want to be an accessory, and you know, I don't want to keep it too real. But yeah, if you got like a spooky story, you know, if you want to call in, we can see if we can hook that up. Just let me know. But I got to show you something first here. Today, where was that? Over in Fort Greene Park, right down the street here. Every year they have the Halloween Pupkin, P-U-P, no M, K-I-N, dog costume contest. And there was a lot of people down there. It was pretty cool. That was today. Unfortunately, my phone camera is a piece of shit, or because I'm dressed like Satan, it doesn't work for evil people. But anyway, I got a couple minutes of the puppers, so let's check that out.
He's a dogfish. Not a doge fish? No.
A doge fish. So yeah, this is right by the park. There's a dog dressed like a sad bee, I think. That dog just looks sad. Like, why not just like this? So yeah, there's like a bunch of fuckers there. I guess these people really like dogs. So yeah, this little asshole, I think he had like an alien strapped to him. The dog was just like, please kill me. I thought this guy had a dog, but I think he's just like holding some, like, I don't know what he's doing. He's dressed up like a turkey. This dog's definitely saying kill me. Now this one was cool. This dog was just like, the bigger dogs are just more chill. They're just like, all right, put a sign on me. I don't give a shit. All right, where's the food? This is the Grim Reaper dog. The dog's like, get the fuck off me. Get this shit off me. Or I will be the Grim Reaper and I will bite your till you die. Weird human. They got fake horse. So yeah, they're all dressed like bread. I didn't get this. Why is everybody dressed like bread? That dog is just like, if only I could escape to freedom. Those trees are right over there. I could make it. I'm not in this goddamn bread costume. These poor dogs. If I only had the power to free them, but there's too much care and superpower there. I think that was Cruella de Vil. I don't know what the fuck this dog like he had bread around him or something, like it was a sandwich dog. And then of course these jackasses, the vaccine people. So yeah, that was over at Fort Greene Park. This was the 23rd annual Puppers Parade. They have one over in Tompkins Square Park in Manhattan too. They had that last Saturday, I believe, week from yesterday, and same thing. It's just like, but they're just all over the park, and they have like, little outfits and stuff like that. There was one dog there I saw, and it said it was wearing the AOC dress, and it said "Tax the Cats." And it's like, well played, dog. So, not DAWG, but actual DOG. Delicious disappointment. So how's everybody doing tonight? And we check out the chat here. Noli D, you have a great spooky story. Is this a true story or is this a fictional story? Because if it's a true story, it may be scarier than the fictional story. So, anywho, like I said, if you want to call in, maybe we can figure this shit out. I think I've got it ready. I don't know how this works. Maybe I should call it myself. Just for fun. I don't even know, Oh, wow. Hello?
Hello?
Are you from the future?
From the future?
Stop playing with me. I love you.
I love you.
Okay, so it does work. Very good. I like to just take technology and just throw it out there and see if the shit works. So, if you want to call in, 718-404-9208. I'm also on Skype. I think it's at Extra Bulla, BULLA, not the BOO for tonight. So yeah, there was the puppy contest where they humiliate these dogs. These dogs, they're well taken care of. Don't get it twisted. All right, these aren't like the Sarah McLachlan in the arms of an angel dogs. These dogs are all right. They're just having. Oh shit! Who dis? New phone.
Wow! It's me, Christopher Walken.
The legend.
The scariest story I have is one time this band guy made me say Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
I know who this is. You're the devil's daddy.
The devil's daddy. Christopher Walken.
I can smell the cinders through the TV. You're Satan.
What was that movie with the devil lady? Was it Devil's Advocate? No, it was the other one.
With the devil lady?
I'm trying to remember which one it is. It was the one where the devil was the pretty lady. I can't remember now. This is what weed does to you, kids. Don't do drugs, kids.
The devil was a pretty lady. Not the devil in the blue dress. Right? I don't know. I'm trying to look it up myself.
I'll look it up. Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but your name is blue because I trust you. And
is it?
It is. So
Nice.
I hope you
I get a wrench. Everyone gets a wrench.
Yeah, this is like AutoZone. I'm just throwing wrenches out there left and right. But
I have to do that thing that they do in radio where they tell you, like, okay, turn your radio down, sir, so that you're not hearing too you know.
You know what? I like listening to Art Bell.
Right.
Especially Art Bell later in life, like a few years before he died. Because Art Bell was just not he was just not patient with anybody that was like fucking around on the phone. You know what I mean? He was just like, he goes, now caller, I'm gonna need you to turn down your radio. I know that sounds more like Larry King, but anyway. But he would just like, he would admonish them and say, look, turn down your fucking radio, you dumbass. You know, this is how that shit works. You sound like some 60s trippy acid song, man. You need to stop with the echo, bro. Damn. I shouldn't have got... Look, so I went to Stop and Shop today. This is one of my spooky stories. So I went to Stop and Shop today. And I was looking for candy corn because I figured, okay, all the other candy is going to be gone. And all that's going to be left is like candy corn and circus peanuts and all this bullshit candy, the punishment candy that you give people if you don't like them.
Right.
But there was no candy corn. I had to find this. I found this like on the candy aisle, but it was like way like pushed back. Like someone was hiding it for when they were about gonna get off work, and then they were gonna buy that candy corn.
They're trying to keep it away from all you people that are gonna just eat too much of it. You know, they're trying to save you from it.
Or it's like a passive aggressive way of telling somebody that you hate them. So they bought them out. So that means there's a lot of passive aggressive hate out there, right?
Right.
Because all that candy corn, nobody's. I mean, I enjoy candy corn. Because it's Halloween, right? I ain't eating this shit, you know, on the 4th of July or nothing. Fuck that. Candy corn has its time and place.
Do you like the candy pumpkins, or the candy corn more?
I don't know. I've had the pumpkins before, but I never had pumpkins when I was a little kid, so I don't put any kind of affection on them like I do the candy corns. Let's be fair. Candy corn is just rotten. It's just awful candy. It's not as bad as circus peanuts, but it's some shit candy. But the nostalgia and you know, me reminiscing too of when I was a kid. You know, we go around in we went at night. There wasn't none of this like 2 or 3 in the afternoon bullshit. We was like fucking lost boys out there, man. Like 9, 10 o'clock, like 6, 7-year-old kids. Give us some candy. Give us some candy. You know. And there was always that one asshole that says, "Oh, don't get the apples because I heard about that fill in the blank who said that they got an apple with a razor blade in it." It was like, and that always fucked up. It always
like the one now that they continue to say, "Oh, your kid's Halloween candy is going to have THC. It's going to be pot. Everyone look out for the pot." No one's giving away their edibles. No one's doing that. Those are expensive, and I want to eat that. Like, there's no, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to give it to little Timmy down the street. Like,
right?
You know?
Although little Timmy could probably use it, but because little Timmy's like way too fucking hyper. But I don't know anything about
Yeah.
kids.
No, neither do I. No, those are the real monsters of Halloween. Those are the scariest thing. They show up at your door asking for candy. You know, it's a nightmare.
I
do have. There's a subreddit that I do know about called Two Sentence Horror, right? Which I will message you on Discord when you're looking for a few things in between people calling in tonight. Where is you on Discord? Somewhere. I'll find you in a second. But I'll give you one of them, right? So looking in,
well, you
I
can
saw
put it
so
in the
many
chat.
maggots.
You can put it in the chat
Yep.
if you want. I mean, if it's unless
I
it's
could
personal.
do that. I know I'm a mod, so I can post links.
You
so
wield the sword
I'll
of
give you a whole
thunder.
subreddit for coming. Yeah, I could do things. Tech is a thing I can do. Right click, paste, enter. There you go. You'll see that in 7 seconds from now, probably.
Wow, that's quick.
But yeah, so looking in, I saw so many maggots is the first sentence. Second sentence, I felt sick and asked the patient to close his mouth. That's the second sentence. Like, some of these are pretty bad. The surgeon was a quiet man when focused. However, never once spoken aloud during an operation. Whoops, he whispered under his breath. That's Two Sentence Horror is pretty good.
Right on.
There should be, if you click that link, there's a bunch of them. You can go top all time would be the good move. Top all time. You should have plenty of stuff to choose from. All my life, my parents have told me not to open the basement door, but I got curious and disobeyed them. What is that glowing ball in the sky, and why does it hurt my eyes? That's the second one. So yeah, these are just dumb little 2 sentence horrors. They're great. But anyway, I'll let you get back to your show. I don't want to take up 2 hours like I did last time. Anyway.
So you are the devil. I knew it. Hey, thanks for calling in.
No problem,
ladies and
man.
gentlemen, Christopher Walken. Walking out. That was fun. Thanks, Reef. Reef Breland, everybody. He'll be at the local truck stop bathroom doing a 7 and 9 o'clock show. What he's showing, that's totally up to him. I'll let him do his own PR there. So, spooky stuff tonight. 2 sentence horror. That's pretty cool. And it's very quick. So, there's a buddy of mine. He kind of does Halloween on the interwebs like all year round. His name is Pete, and just a shout out to Pete and the creepy little book here. Give him a sub there, and if you're into like the paranormal stuff and spooky stuff and all kinds of crazy puppety oddball things, he's got a lot of stuff on Antarctica, some stuff about Nikola Tesla, that kind of thing. That's usually some fun stuff to check out, I like that paranormal, spooky stuff. I guess that's why I like Halloween so much, Because as a little kid, the Christmas holidays were like the thing, But now as an adult, it's like the Halloween holidays are much better. Spooky fun. I used to live on the Gulf Coast, and sometimes we'd go down to New Orleans for Halloween, and that was pretty cool. they usually had a big tattoo convention down there at the same time. So yeah, it was pretty wild. Yeah, shout out to Reef Breland. He's gonna have his show Reefer After Dark Fridays at 10 o'clock Eastern. So more shenanigans with that guy. Please sub to his channel and get ready to watch some fun stuff. So what else we got over here? So Parade is still not started yet. Oh, shout out to Steve Cutler and Lucky Burrito and Leo. Let's go ahead and put these up here. Happy Vaccine. 2 hours. And 2 hours and whenever the hell they want to get on there. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, happy Vaccine. So lots of groovy music with Steve Cutler live. Woo! I don't know if it's the edibles or it's this candy corn, but I'm starting to time travel a little bit. I am not even gonna lie. So this is a good night to do it. Let's see what else is going on over here. Spooky stories. When I was in Boy Scouts, it was pretty cool. You know, we'd canoe down the creek, and then we'd camp on the sandbars. We do that for like a couple nights, you know. And then you get around, you know, build a campfire, and they would tell ghost stories. Some of them were just like, you know, because it was like already the 80s, and Gen X was already just ripe in their desensitized nature. You know, they're just like, you gotta scare me with that shit. But one story that I remember, and there's all kinds of variations on it, you know. So where we lived down in South Mississippi, there was a lot of Native American heritage around there, like I believe it's like Cherokee, Chickasaw maybe. And so there were Indian burial mounds is what they called them then. So they had Native American burial mounds. This is around the mid-'80s. And so they tell the story about how they had this guy who had like really long fingernails, right? And he was kind of like the town coroner, you know, only instead of doing autopsies and figuring out what was wrong with people, he was called a bone picker, and he would pick the bones clean from the dead, right? So here we are, you know, right on the edge of this tree line, and we got this campfire, and they're telling this story, and you're hearing these little snaps and crackles in the woods behind us. You know, we're like, well, they said, well, he was a real person, the bone picker was, but they say that even today, that if you disturb the burial ground of a Native American, then the bone picker will come for you and clean your bones clean. So at that point, when we're sitting around the campfire, we're just kind of looking around and making sure there's no like sacred burial places or anything like that. So but that's why I always dug spooky stories like that, because there's always like a hint or more of truth in them, and and the truth is always, well, they say truth is stranger than fiction, but it could be a hell of a lot scarier too, because it's real and it happened. It set a precedent. So yeah. What else we got going on over here? I was just kind of rambling there. Sorry. Got a couple clips. Little spookies.
Look at me, Damien. It's all for you.
All right. Have a good weekend. So you like to sprinkle those in every once in a while. I'm Damien. By the way, I'm sitting in a pumpkin patch. This is my pumpkins. They're very tiny pumpkins. I'm not a giant person, so they're very tiny pumpkins. And a tiny sign that's like right here. So yeah. This is fun putting this together. Anyway, somebody call in. Don't be shy. 718-404-9208. We'll talk about weird shit. Let me check in on the chat and see how's everybody doing. Very lively conversation. I really dig. Oh, Noli, you want to call in? Yes, 718-404-9208. I want to talk to you. This lady's good time crazy. There was this guy named Zeus that I went to junior college with, and he told me once, he said, there's two kinds of crazy. There's good time crazy, and then there's what the fuck's wrong with you crazy. So, Velvet Trance, hello there. Happy Halloween to you too. Nice pumpkins there, jack-o'-lanterns. Steve is at Stop and Shop getting me some candy corn. What? Lucky, are you teasing me about candy corn? I love it so much I gave it its own camera. Oh, hey, sweetie. Ooh, my kind of lady. Brox. Delightful. So anywho, it says here we got 4 people watching. Five, very nice. Happy Halloween to everybody. Like I said earlier that, I like to chill on Halloween. I think Daryl was on the show week 4 last, and he was telling me he was coming up here to Brooklyn to go to that to one in Park Slope. So I hope he's having a good time. New phone, who dis?
Noli.
Noli.
Hello. Hi.
Hola. ¿Cómo está? How are you, dear?
Fabulous. How are you?
I don't know, man.
You're baked. That's right.
These edibles they're gearing up. I think I took one too many because I didn't have any yesterday.
Okay.
So I was good. And
I can't do edible.
I do them every once in a while because I stopped smoking, and so I kind of trying to get away from the oral fixation thing, like with smoking flower or tobacco.
Oral fixation.
It's true. You know how people are with cigs? They're like, They're more addicted to doing this and putting this in front of their mouth. That's what they're addicted to. The nicotine is just like, kind of helps it along, but it's really this. Psychology of smoking. So there you go. I've been clean from tobacco, I think 6 weeks now, so I really forgot when I stopped. Yeah.
That's not, like, you haven't even quit yet. Dude.
I quit a few years ago. I had quit for 2 years, and I got a job that was very stressful, and I ended up slipping back into that old habit because, smoky treats you know, like I always told people, cigarettes are cheaper than bail money, you know.
When you like relapse on cigarettes, that first cigarette is the best. Oh my God.
That head rush is unbelievable. It's like you time travel a little bit.
It's amazing. It's like, well, how come I didn't get this before? You did. It was only the first couple.
See, that's how I was with weed too. I like that instant gratification of the head rush, right? So when I do the edibles, it's weird. It's kind of like a you kind of, I'm gonna get it, you know. It sneaks up on you, and then it's like fucker. Whereas when you're smoking it, you're like, woo. You know,
I will cry and beg to like not be high anymore whenever I eat edibles. I just don't do it anymore. I won't eat them. Won't touch them. Nope.
I get these ones at the bodega. They're not very strong, so I can't. It's
the ones I get my friend makes, and they're dangerous.
Oh, the home brews and the home bakes. Yeah, those are.
We are high for 2 days. It's not okay.
I got friends in Minnesota that they do home brew they make their own beer. This shit's liquor. I'm like, this isn't beer. You take one sip of that, you're like, that's like Thor beer. You drink one sip of that, you're like,
I make homemade wine the same way.
That's the same thing with the home people who make their own butter. Like Reef, he's a cook. He knows how to make all that shit. And he knows how to make like super weed food or some shit like that. He should open his own restaurant. You know, go somewhere where it's legal and, you know, do that shit. But yeah, I have to take it's the Alabama ditchweed equivalent of edibles. So
that's
I
disgusting. I'm sorry.
No, I don't like getting too stupid, you know. So my tolerance is so low. I mean, I like getting stupid.
Don't you?
I like to be functioning stupid if that's a thing. But yeah, so I can't do that high grade shit no more. I used to. I was a champ back in the day. Woo! And now I just like I'll sniff it on the street passing by somebody. And they're like, oh, what's that? Oh, oh, hello. Oh, clutch my pearls. I don't know what the fuck that was. But anywho, you're so stupid, mommy. Why you say that shit? You stupid. You stupid. Sunset Park represent, son. I'm in Fort Greene, but I like Sunset Park. Anyway, where are you at? Are you on the moon? Tell me a secret.
Dude, I might as well be. So, have you ever heard of any the rainforest in Washington State?
Yes, I've actually. Well, I haven't been to those, but I've been to the ones in Northern California. So that's as far northwest as I've ever been.
Those are not rainforests. Trust me, those are not rainforests. What we have up here is rainforest. I'll throw some pictures up on Discord. Oh my God.
Right
I'm
on.
in heaven. That's where I'm at.
What do you mean when you say rainforest? What kind of trees are you talking about?
I'm talking like cedars covered in moss so thick that you can't tell it's a cedar.
Ooh, cedar.
We got a bunch of dogwoods and stuff like that. But mostly, you know, the pine variety. What the hell it is? Goddamn. Poplars. A shit ton of poplars and but I mean the rainforests and it's legit like the last rainforest in North America. If you look up Lake Quinault on your computer, just type in Lake Quinault rainforest and you'll see what I'm talking about, dude. It's amazing.
How do you spell it?
You've never seen so much green in all of it. Oh, QU.
Okay.
Wait. Okay, hang on just a second. Let me get it up here. Quinault.
Quinault.
I always have to. Yeah, I always have to type it out, or I can't spell it off my dome for some reason. I have to write it down or something.
Yeah, I ain't too swift, so that's why I need people to help me nowadays. Not for like major stuff, but just like for random idiot shit that I should know how to do. That's some pretty country.
Yeah.
Weekend getaway to Lake Quinault. Travels in trails. That's when you know it's folksy, when it doesn't say and, it says in, and it has apostrophe on both sides. That's like extra homey. But look at that. That's beautiful.
You should share your screen and let everybody see. Because it is kind of amazing.
I think they could see it. Can you all see this? Let me see if I can zoom in. Ooh, giant. I didn't mean to do that. I'm not, me and the tech, we're still working it out. So you don't think the redwood, you don't like the redwoods down in Northern California?
They're beautiful, but I mean, I just don't see how that could be considered a rainforest when it doesn't hardly get any rain down there.
Well, I tell you, there was in January '99, I went down there, over there. I was visiting a friend in Arcata or Eureka, somewhere around that area, and it rained the whole week. And we went on a hike through the redwood forest. It was amazing, big giant ass trees. It wasn't a rainforest, but that forest had a lot of rain that week. In my California, so it got the random California soak. Because I used to live down in LA for about 5 years, and I would see. I remember when it was the driest January on record, and then 1 year later, it was the wettest January on record. So it was just like, crazy town. When we moved, me and a buddy, we went out there from Mississippi. We moved to LA, and there was the first night we were in town. We were in Eagle Rock or something, and we were at this motel, and they had on the news that it was hailstones was falling in Compton. I was like, what? It's hailing? It's hailing in Compton? Is that like a...
Did you bring Satan with you or something? What the hell?
Is that a Tupac song or something? Hailing in Compton? No, it was weird, man, because it was like, you saw on the news, and these little kids, they had never seen hail before. They thought it was snow, so they're packing these ice rocks together and throwing them at each other.
Oh, no.
Yeah, man, there's probably some, they didn't show the injuries, but somebody getting clocked in the head with a ball of ice. Fuck, man. And there was like the lightning and thunder. The thunder was like echoing around the canyons and shit. First night in town. What kind of omen is that, right?
Yeah, that's no good.
My buddy only stayed there for a year. And then I left like 4 years after that because I was like, I like Cali. It's nice. I like the weather, but I don't think I want to live there anymore. Definitely not in Southern California. So how do you, yeah, but you're up in, you're in Washington, right?
Yeah, I'm in Northwest Washington.
Oh, wow. You're like, so you're, how far away from Canada are you?
I'm closer to Canada than I am to Seattle.
Nice. Okay, right on.
So I think I'm like 300 miles from Seattle. I'm like 150 from Canada.
Okay. Yeah, I'd love to.
It takes twice as long to get there because the drive is way slower. Because of where I'm at, like the shortest route to get there, like your speed limit never gets over 45.
Right. You live out in the country?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what that's like. When I lived in South Mississippi, we were out about 3 or 4 miles away from town.
Oh, I'm 32 miles from the nearest town.
Right. Okay. Even better. I'd love to live in a place like that. I don't know.
You think that until you're like, oh man, I forgot this at the store. Oh, what am I going to do?
Yeah, I mean,
you go and you pay twice as much from your neighbor.
Yeah, you had more of like if we wanted to go into town and do stuff that really wasn't a big deal, but with you it's like, let's do some planning because it's the same thing. Right. We would go to the Gulf Coast because there's nothing. I was living in Wiggins, and so there's nothing in Wiggins. So you go down to the Gulf Coast, so that's it. So it's kind of if you want to do shit, you had to go 30 miles. So I understand what that's like. That's a grind right there, But you're talking about like going to get groceries, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
shop for like okay, so we have people are probably gonna get mad at me. There's probably vegans in the damn feed. Like we have our own animals. We slaughter, we hunt, we fish, we plant our own fucking garden. There's really not much that we need, except for maybe a month or two out of the year.
Right on. Yeah, we grew a lot of our own food too, so it wasn't like we get like meats and stuff. So we go into town like once a week to go like for the big store visit, and then we do other shit, whatever. But like I said, there was nothing hardly there. We had a Piggly Wiggly. Piggly Wiggly. And a Sonic.
Thing, ain't it?
Pig, yeah, the pig, hell yeah. Oh, you never heard of Piggly Wiggly?
I've heard jokes about it. That's about it.
Look, I've heard jokes about religion, but until you go to
South Carolina here in like a week or two, so
they probably got Piggly Wigglies
soon enough.
I mean, don't go to a Piggly Wiggly. I'm not endorsing them. I'm just saying they exist.
I ain't going. I trust and believe. I'll be working the whole time, so.
I think they said, who owns Piggly Wiggly? Like Kroger or something? Some evil empire bought the pig, which is pretty sad. Cause I can't root for Piggly Wiggly anymore if they're corporate, like super corporate. Anyway.
There's very few stores out there that aren't corporate anymore, even in rinky-dink towns and areas like the one I live in. Our grocery store that's in town, it's been bought out by a corporation.
Right. I mean, like you get
it was locally owned for like over 100 years.
We had a Walmart move in to our town, and all the little stores on Main Street, they shut down, and then Pine Hill, which is kind of like the main drag through the town, they have like some little fancier shops because they have like festivals and stuff around there, right? As small towns tend to do, and this is one of them.
It's the only way they can make any damn money.
Right. They're trying to get these things used to be like once a year. Now they have them like 3 or 4 times a year because, just trying to get people in, because they're by the highways. There's like 2 highways right there, but they're like, one's kind of like a county highway, and then like there's a regular highway, but it's not by any interstates or anything. So it's, it is what it is. A small town, John Cougar Mellencamp shit, that goes. Do you like candy corn?
I do.
You do?
Don't tell nobody that. I do.
You're my new bestest friend now. We're candy corn buddies. Oh.
My daughter will buy it for me just randomly whenever she comes over. It's not, my kids are growed.
You got growed ass kids?
She'll bring me like, I do. They're growed ass kids.
That's some bullshit. I don't believe it.
My youngest is going to college next year, and Yeah, my oldest is 24. My youngest is almost 18.
Those sound like my T-shirts. Because I don't buy T-shirts, and I got some old shit. Anyway, so what
You want
happened?
the spooky story?
Yes. I love all this build up to the spooky
Okay.
story. This is great. You're a hell of a producer.
Okay, well, so this happened 14 years ago. So me and my daughters and their father, we were living out the East Satsop, which is like another center of fucking nowhere. It's like 15 miles to the highway and like another 9 to the nearest town. Okay, so we lived near a state park, and like in between the state park and like native burial ground area, and then the Schaefer area, which is like literally back in the login days, what they used to do is if somebody died, instead of taking their body back to town when they died, they would pile people up at the base of trees. And at the end of the day, a truck would come and would take the dead bodies into town.
Damn. Bring out your dead.
So this is,
Ding.
yeah. Logging was a seriously dangerous fucking profession. Still is. So my ex, he worked for a HVAC company, and he was on call for 1 week out of every month, 24 hours a day. So if he got a call in the middle of the night, he would have to leave. Well, this particular night, he gets a call in the middle of the night, and, well, not really the middle of the night. For us, it was middle of the night. It was like 8:30 at night. And so he left, and I was just like, well, fuck, I'm going to go to bed. So I go to bed, and I'm reading, and I decide that I'm going to, try and go to sleep, which I couldn't. I laid there just kind of waiting for him to show up. I hear the back door open and close, and I'm like, oh, he snuck up the driveway. I hear heavy-ass boot steps go through the house. I hear the bedroom door open and close. I can feel the light, through my eyelids. And I'm thinking, oh, my God, don't judge me for this, please. All I could think was, fuck, he's going to want to have sex, and I don't want to. I feel really shitty for it now. So I was just like, I'm going to lay here and just, pretend that I'm asleep. Maybe he won't bother me.
Right.
So, I feel him sit on the edge of the bed, and I hear him take his clothes off. And I feel the blankets lift and, kind of fall, and he's next to me in bed.
Ooh.
I lay there for a couple of minutes, and I'm starting to feel guilty. Because I'm thinking, I know that he's laying there awake, just like, come on, bitch, wake up. And I'm just faking sleeping. So I go to roll over and put my arm around him. He goes, stop whining. My dog's all whining, sorry. I go to put my arm around him, and my arm catches on his body, like it's supposed to when you put your arm around someone. And then within a half a second, it falls straight to the mattress. And I open my eyes, and I sit up real quick, and I'm looking around the room, and I'm kind of freaked out. And I realize that the bathroom light's on. Now, I know that bathroom light was off. So I'm thinking I must have dozed off for a half a second, and he's in the bathroom. Even though I knew I didn't doze off.
Like he teleported.
But, I was just hoping. And he's not in the bathroom. I get up, I look, he's not in the bathroom, and I'm like, what the fuck, where'd he go? So I look through the house. I look out the back door. I go back into the master bathroom and look out that window because it was like where the garage was, and there's nobody there. So I call him, and I'm like, did you leave again? He goes, what are you talking about? And I'm like, you were just here, right? He's like, no, I'm like 40 minutes away from the house. I thought he was fucking with me. Dude. I'm freaking out. I start bawling. I tell him what happened. And maybe 3 nights later, I'm paranoid because, mind you, this is the week where he can leave in the middle of the night and just be gone. Like 3 nights later, him and I are going to bed, and I had gone in first, and I went to the bathroom, washed my face, and all that good stuff. And I come out, and I know that I left the bathroom door open.
Mm-hmm.
But, the light off, bathroom door open. He comes in, and he goes straight to the bed. He doesn't even go into the bathroom. He must have used the kids' bathroom. Within probably 30 seconds of him laying down, we both hear the faucet running in our master bathroom. And we're like, what the hell is that? So he gets up, and that bathroom door, which was open, is now shut, and it is locked shut. It's like he can't open it. Now, there's no lock on this door. This door would not open, and the faucet was running in there. And it was, like, getting faster and louder, and I was just like, oh, my God, it's going to overflow. And he's yelling at me because I left it that way, and I'm like, no, I didn't. I know I didn't. I'm super freaked out about shit right now. I'm hyper aware about what I'm doing.
Right.
So he had to climb through the bathroom window to get in there. The faucets, both, so it was like the his and her sink, both faucets were turned on. He had to shut them off. And as soon as he touched that fucking door, and I'm on the other side of it trying to open it, as soon as he touches it, damn thing fucking opens like it always had and always did after. Couple of nights later, he gets a call. I am way too freaked out to go into that fucking bedroom. I'm not going. So I lay down on the couch. And I'm just trying to go to sleep. I'm tired. I barely slept in days. And I have my face, I'm facing the wall, so I have my back towards the room. And I wake up knowing someone is fucking staring at me, and I'm terrified to roll over. I'm, like, ready to cry, terrified to fucking roll over and see what is there. But I know there's something there because, son of a bitch, I can hear it fucking breathing. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out to no end. I take a deep breath, and I roll over, and God damn it, if it ain't my fucking 3-year-old daughter standing there going, Mommy, what are you doing out here? There's more. Hang on. She starts having nightmares. So when he was gone, I would go and sleep with her. Mm-hmm. So she did not, for some reason, want to sleep up against the wall. She was like, no, I want the outside. A 3-year-old wants the outside of her bed, not up against the wall where she knows she won't fall off.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to keep her as close to me as possible, and I'm trying to stay up against the wall. And 3 times I drift off to sleep, and 3 times something shoves me in my shoulder hard enough to where, from behind, hard enough to where my shoulder hits her head, and it hurts. This happened 3 times, and the first 2 times I thought maybe it was because I was falling asleep, and, like, I rolled into it. But then I thought, no, I was leaning up against the wall. There's no way with her right here that, that would happen. Something pushed me.
Jesus.
And I left the farmhouse. I left the farmhouse maybe 2 months later because I couldn't take the shit that was happening. I just couldn't take it anymore.
And then after you left, after you left, these guys showed up.
The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you.
Bitch. Sorry. Always have a young priest and an old priest on standby just in case, there's flies and blood in the toilet. That's a fucked up story,
dude, but to have something touch you, dude, to have something touch you, and to have something climb into bed with you, and to have something turn your water on. I mean, I have no doubt in the paranormal or whatever the hell that was. It wasn't normal, I can tell you that much.
You said it was an old farmhouse?
I won't go in that house. I will not go in that house. No, dude, it wasn't even an old farmhouse. It was like maybe 10 years old. The house was maybe 10 years old.
Really? And it was out in the country?
Yeah. Yeah.
You sure nobody died in that place?
I'm certain because we were the second owners.
Maybe it's not the house. Maybe it's the ground on which the house sits.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's, I think whatever it is something that follows me around.
Oh, really? But was it at the last place
recently...
Yeah, was it at the last place you lived?
I've never lived in a place that wasn't fucked up some way.
Mm.
But it was
You ever-
always stuff that you could ignore or brush off. Now I salt my walls every like 2-3 months. I salt my walls, and I do a cleansing on my house with sage and wheatgrass, and fuck those negative energy, then get out.
All right. I think
I know it sounds crazy, but if you experience that shit, you will be salting your walls too. Trust me.
no, I mean I know people that have experienced some type of what they thought was paranormal activity. I think me personally, I think when we die, the real us is the soul energy. I'm not talking about religious energy. I'm talking about like actual, real, cognitive
Living energy, yeah.
And it drives a meat sack everywhere, right? So once the meat sack becomes, can't work anymore, the energy's got to go somewhere, right? So, but I'm also a big DMT enthusiast too. So I think if we could open up the pineal gland,
haven't yet.
I mean, I used to think that was like hippie bullshit, like a long time ago, like open up your third eye, man. But it's like, no, that's for real. That's like something. That's the next physical transformation of humanity. Is the opening that shit up and then being able to do all the boogie woogity boogity big bang 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 stuff. Like the Atlanteans. So anyway, that's a whole. Antarctica, the Atlanteans. I could talk about all that weird shit till the cows come home. So
I love that song.
The crazy cows, not the mad cows, but the crazy cows. Thanks for
love the crazy cows.
Thanks for
thanks for having me.
Calling in. This is cool having a couple my pals call in and check in on me, make sure I'm not done in by this sweet treat. It's like a slightly entertaining party in my mouth and nobody wants to come. So I don't know what that means. We used to say it's a party in my mouth and everyone's invited. I'm like, whoa, some parties you don't invite everybody to. Yeah, the same.
Right.
You gotta be a little selective.
All right, well, I'm gonna get off here.
Happy Halloween, my dear.
I'm gonna hang up here. Happy Halloween to you too.
And have a wonderful time. And watch out. They're giving out THC candies, so when you go trick-or-treating, make sure you stock up, okay? And if you don't want them, you can give them to me. All right, doll. I'll see you later. Uh-oh. All right. I love to watch movies like the old school thrillers, the classics for Halloween, like the real spooky stuff, like this from Twilight Zone.
Hey, you want to see something really scary? Scare me. What are you doing?
Here's Johnny.
Man, let me check in on the pit, see how everybody's doing. Need to top off your drink there. Everybody good? Yeah, I know, that was a creepy fucking story, man. I used to hear about the oldsters. They'd talk about like some of the places when they grew up, they'd be haunted with some sort of crazy shit. When I was born in Chicago, but we moved back to Mississippi when I was like 2 or something like that. And the first place we lived, or one of the first places we lived, was this little house. It was right on Highway 26. And the deal was, Dad was like a caretaker or something. It was like 365 acres, right? But he did like some farming on there, and he took care of some cows, and you know, he was that guy, and we got to live in the house, right? But the owner of the house, he died on the property. They used to make me freak out. They said, "Oh yeah, that bed you sleep in, yeah, that's where the dude died." And you're like, "Fuck, man, I don't want to sleep there." But it was somewhere else. But he was somewhere around the property, and he was nice enough guy. But it wasn't long after that we started hearing like some like weird like movement in some of the tree, around the tree line and stuff like that. That wasn't like, you know, cows or any kind of agricultural animals that you'd have. So you know, so it's kind of like like a Dollar Tree version of the Skinwalker Ranch. There'd be some little crazy shit that would just like, how did that get over there, kind of thing. But the one that freaked me out the most was, I was a little kid. I guess I was maybe like 4 or 5, something like that. And it was like it was at night, and I can't remember. Dad was somewhere. I think he may have been in the hospital, and we had all. And he was going to be in for the night, and then he was going to come back the next day, right? So, and it was just pissing rain out that night. And we're in this little house, and this is like the, you know, mid-70s. And, you know, it's right next to a highway. So there's, you know, there's various kinds of people traveling in the night, you know, that maybe, you know, in a small, you know, country area, you know, you may have some interesting characters come through there. But I remember this, it was like me and my mom and my 2 sisters. We were, and they're like, I don't know, they may have been like, you know, early teens, something like that. And it was storming like crazy, and the power went out. And so we're in the dark, and I think Mom had just called the hospital or something to check on Dad, because Mom didn't drive. My sister, she had her driver's license, so she was able to drive Mom to the hospital or whatever to see Dad. But so that night, it's like storming like crazy outside, just, you know, just almost like hurricane type shit going on. And we're in there in the dark, and Mom's got some candles out, and we hear this, all of a sudden we hear on the front door, we hear this like a knocking, you know, like some big person with some big meaty fists was beating on the door, right? And it was I think it was one of those that had a screen door, but then there was like a big solid door there. And it didn't sound too repetitious though. It was more like so at first my mom was like, well, it must be like a tree branch or something that's, you know, bending in the wind close enough to the house to be knocking against the door. And so she looks out the window and looks, and no, there's no tree branch. The closest tree is probably maybe like 30 yards away, and it has like short branches and stuff, and it didn't sound like repetitive, you know, like what a tree branch would do. You know, like if you threw a tree branch at something, it would just go clunk, But this was like boom, 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 boom. So it sounded like somebody was knocking on the door. So Mom was like, she was looking at us just like, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing. Don't say anything. Because in those days, around there, the law wasn't that good. And you had a lot more like hardened criminals that would just, and more often than not, they just want to get, they would go on 26 because it was a fast route, but it wasn't like a major route that a lot of traffic would take. So if you want to get somewhere inconspicuously around the county or through the county, you'd get on that. But so Mom would, and we would see various types of people would come by and stop at the house, whenever in the daytime when nice weather. There was this couple that came by, and they stopped and they saw like a rattlesnake on the tree, climbing up the tree, and my mom was out there and they said, "Can we have that rattlesnake?" And my mom was like, "Yeah, go ahead." So they went, they got the snake, took it, and drove off, man. It was 70s Mississippi, man. Rock and roll forever. So, yeah. So anyway, so you have all kinds of crazy characters come through there. Some, some all right. Some will want to get a snake off your hands, and some that were, just keep on going, just a little unsavory. But that night, so you keep that in mind that like some crazy characters come through there, and then boom, 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 you hear on the door. So we're all just sitting there just like, oh shit, what's going on? And I'm the littlest, and I have like, ADHD. I'm like hyper, but I'm like kind of like, okay, because that scared the shit out of me too. And so this went on for about, I don't know, maybe like 5 minutes. You hear boom, 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 boom. And then like maybe a minute later, boom, boom, or 30 seconds later, boom, 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 boom. And eventually it stopped. And, I think us kids went to bed, but Mom stayed up. And, next morning, beautiful day, sunshine, all kinds of fun stuff. So yeah, that was a creepy, very creepy experience because, like they say, the unknown can be just like the most frightening, in a lot of ways for a lot of different reasons. But on a creepy night like that with a violent rainstorm going on, and all of a sudden you hear somebody pounding on the door, and you look out the window and you don't see a tree branch, you don't see a person. That was the thing. There was like, when she looked out the window, there was no tree branch knocking, but there was no person knocking either. So who knows what it was? Spooky stuff. So I wanted to show you this. Unless anybody else wants to call in, there's the telephone number there. I think, oh shit, maybe somebody did try to call in. My Skype went down. Sorry about that, y'all. So if you want to call in, 718-404-9208. We're doing this old school tonight. El Diablo in the house. Mi casa del Diablo. This is what I wanted to show you. This is in Greenwich Village, and it's not really that good of a sound, but it's so this is like, I think it goes up 9th Avenue. I'm not sure. Anyway, anybody can get in it. So it's not like, there's some people that don't even have costumes. They get up in there just walking around. Hey, so it's just like a moving party. So, so one year I went as the guy from Breaking Bad, Heisenberg, because this, and yeah. Anyway, that was fun. And instead of having blue meth in the bag, I got some those York peppermint patties, but they were in like these really aqua blue looking wrappers. So I'm going around going, I got candy. I got candy. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we've been going about an hour and a half. I think this is pretty cool. Let me check out what's going on over here. I appreciate Lucky, Steve, Noli, Velvet Trance, Comrade, Carini, Indy, and Reef. Don't forget, Reef is going to be he's going to have his show on Fridays at 10 Eastern on the YouTubes, coming soon to a YouTube near you. Yeah, so I was going to read this this story that's in here, but it's like, I like the ones that we heard this evening. I think those were pretty cool. It's a great spirit to be in this time of year because of all the crazy, real scary stuff that goes on, or at least they try to scare you with stuff the rest of the year. It's nice to have a fake scary day that's a fun scary, because scary can be fun for the most part. And you know, like if you're on a roller coaster and you're into that kind of scary, you know, fun scary, you know, or if you like yelling at children like I do, fun scary. I'm kidding. I don't yell at children. I said if there was going to be any kids that trick or treat here tonight, if they rang the doorbell, my window is right here. It's like right above the entrance. I was going to open the window and open up this thing of Tums that I have and just pour it out there. So you kids are going to need this later. But I'm going to need this later too. Cause, candy corn, what? Let me see, you guys who are chatting, yay or nay on candy corn? Let's finish this right now. We'll do it. We're going to finish this in the squared circle. That was pretty cool with the call-ins. I like that. Hopefully we can do that some more. But I just want to thank everybody for coming out. Let me see if I got anything else here. I'm a little slow on the uptick. I should have got a bigger boat. Yeah, I didn't do a close or anything like that. I forgot to make one of those. I think I showed you all my fun stuff. Oh. So I call myself Count Uncula because I'm the devil, but also I'm a vampire. You know, I can multitask. I think that's how that works. I don't know. I'll leave that up to you. But I appreciate everybody that showed up. I'm sure there's some other good stuff going on right now. Like I said, I'm going to put this, if you're into Halloween parades with just some normal ass people, let's see. Here we go. Put that there. That's the Halloween parade that's going on. It's going on live if you want to watch it yourself. I put that in the chat. All right. Thank you to Reef. Thank you to Noli. Thank you to everybody that showed up tonight for happy Halloween goodness. Steve Cutler Live is coming up here in about 82 minutes. 82 minutes till this guy, well, not Fauci, but Steve Cutler and Lucky Burrito and Leo. Good times. I'm looking forward to seeing that and hearing that. It's hard to say goodbye. I'm just going to leave you with a little bit of the Halloween parade. This is from the NYC Walking Show channel. So if you want to subscribe to them, if you're down for that. Happy Halloween. Be safe, everybody. Get some candy corn. But leave me some. All right? Smell you later.